A group of employees at Jacksonville State University say they want to organize a union.
I'm filling in for Jon Holder in weather. We had another hot one today. Is there any relief in sight? We'll tell you about it in weather. And in sports, one of our local football teams began their season Friday night. We'll tell you about it a little bit later on. EAN Local News starts now.
This segment of EAN Local News is brought to you by WM Grocery, located in Heflin, Wadowee, Roanoke, and in Piedmont.
Good evening, and thank you for watching East Alabama Now Local News for Monday, August 14th, 2023. I'm Mike Stetter.
And I'm Katie Edwards.
Members of the United Campus Workers of Alabama are organizing a chapter at JSU, joining active chapters at the University of Alabama and Auburn University. Members of the group say they're aligning themselves with UCW chapters at universities across the South that have won a $15 minimum wage for campus workers, base pay raises for lecturers and academic advisors, and the elimination of graduate student fees at some universities. JSU Associate Professor Lance Ingleworth, a member of the local organizing council, says his group hopes to improve wages and working conditions for all campus workers. The organizing council says it's invited university staff, student workers, and faculty to join. When contacted this morning by EAN News, the JSU administration had no comment on the UCW statement.
When we come back, we'll tell you about the outcome of this weekend's piano competition in Oxford.
Since 1993, WM Grocery has been a major part of our local community. WM offers the very best in fresh produce and an outstanding meat department. WM also has many local products not found anywhere else and fresh sushi every day. If you need an event catered, come see Mrs. K at any WM store. Curbside pickup is also available for your online grocery orders. Be sure to download the WM app for all the deals of the week and shopper rewards. Go check them out today at any of their locations.
We take pride in our community and appreciate your business.
This segment of EAN Local News is brought to you by Oxford Lumber. Come visit any of our locations in Oxford, Jacksonville, Talladega, and Roanoke.
The second annual Rubato International Music Competition concluded Saturday night at the Oxford Performing Arts Center with the awarding of medals. Taking the gold medal in the category of classical music for ages 10 to 18 was Matthew Liu of Japan. Winning the gold medal for jazz in the age category 12 to 27 was Jordan Anderson of Michigan. And the top award for classical music for ages 19 to 27 was Xingyi Huang of China. These winners were selected from among 18 young pianists from around the world who attended the week-long event at OPAC. Aside from the public performances, these musicians attended master classes with instructors from major institutions around the U.S. Julio Barreto, director of OPAC's music education program and the founder of the Rubato competition, announced Saturday that the competition will now become a biannual event, with the next big contest scheduled for 2025.
Because we want to make it as bigger as any of the big names there, like Van Cliburn in Texas, Busoni in Italy, and the Chopin International Piano Competition Warsaw, okay? However, there is going to be a Rubato next year. We're going to celebrate a big week, like a festival, featuring all our gold medalists from last year and this year on this stage. We won't have a competition, but we will have a festival.
Barreto went on to say that the festival hopes to include an orchestra so the pianists can play concertos as well as solo piano pieces. And he said the program might also feature works written for more than one piano, opening the door for piano duets and trios.
And when we come back, we'll tell you about a different sort of music program planned for Jacksonville on Thursday.
For over 60 years, Oxford Lumber has been servicing our area, and our customer service has always been our main focus. Our customer service is what sets us apart from anyone else. From the moment you enter, our highly trained staff will treat you like family.
To enthusiastically provide total customer satisfaction within a positive and self-fulfilling employee relations environment. Visit us at any of our 4 locations or at oxfordlumber.com.
This segment of EAN Local News is brought to you by Waldrop Manufacturing, metal buildings made right here in Calhoun County.
Jacksonville city officials are making final preparations for the 17th annual Spirit on Mountain Street program to be held this Thursday night. The program starts at 6 p.m. and will feature food from various local businesses and other family-friendly activities, including a kid zone and a dunking booth. There will also be a hot dog eating contest starting at 7, and a free concert by the country band Parmalee starts at 8. That show will be in the parking lot next to Burgess Snow Field. Admission to the concert and festival is free, and all proceeds from local food sales will be distributed to the Community Food Bank at the Jacksonville Christian Outreach Center.
The city of Jacksonville is also planning a big back-to-school bash on the square on Saturday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Admission is free. Lots of fun activities for both kids and adults are planned as the city ends this year's Summer Saturdays on the square. And let's hope that maybe the weather will have improved just a little bit and that maybe we can get a break from the heat.
Well, I looked ahead, and it looks like we may get some cooler weather, but I understand a very hard-working young man who's doing double duty for us tonight is going to have some information about that.
Chase Robinson joins us now in the EAN Weather Center. Chase, what's the weather looking like?
Yeah, guys, it was hot again today. Coming up in weather, we'll look, is there any relief for the rest of the week? We'll talk about it in just a moment.
Well, my name's Mike Craven, and we recently purchased an open carport, metal carport from Waldrop Manufacturing. I have an extra car. We have a very small home, very small driveway, and I needed somewhere just to park another vehicle, just out of the weather. And I had been told by 2 or 3 friends that knew we had recently remodeled a home that Waldrops were the people that you need to go talk to. I was in that area one day and I thought, hey, I'll just stop in, and I did without calling, and greeted warmly, well taken care of. It was just, really the whole process was just good from day one.
Another hot one today across East Alabama. We saw a high of 97 degrees today, which has been pretty typical the last few days. But if you went outside, it was very hot. Felt like more 102, 103, 104. That's because of the high heat index we saw today with the heat advisory out, of course, today as well, that goes on into tonight. But 97 is our high. We saw 73 as our low this morning. And we can go back to 2007 for our record high at 104 with a sunrise at 6:04 a.m. and the sun setting at 7:31 with typical averages of 90 degrees with a low of 70 degrees. How about some weather on your street? We'll start in Oxford tonight, Little John Drive. It'll be clear with a low of 75 degrees, so pretty typical this time of the year with it being clear and around 75 for your Monday night. For your Tuesday, chance of some rain there. Preebs Mill Road in the East Teboga, Coldwater goes on into to Munford, but 89 degrees for your high with about a 20% chance of rain because of the heat. We can see maybe an afternoon shower or storm tomorrow. But as far as the rest of the week there, Glenwood Terrace in Anniston, we'll see upper 80s, lower 90s, a little relief from what we've been seeing the last few days with it being in the upper 90s like today. So a little relief, 80s, upper 90s, still going to be hot out there. But the good news is for the rest of the week, no rain in sight. A lot of sun that will warm things up. But let's look at the next 7 days in our 7-day forecast. Again, 89 degrees tomorrow, 87 Wednesday. We'll get back into the 90s on Thursday and 93 Friday. It'll continue to get a little bit warmer, 95 for your weekend, and then 93 to start the week next week. But you see, 0% chance of rain, not expecting any rain for the rest of the week. A lot of sunshine if you're planning to do anything for the rest of the week and in the weekend. It's looking good with lots of sun. Coming up next, we'll dive into some sports, some local high school football and college football as we get sports going in just a moment.
Ted's Floors and Beyond is excited to introduce our all-new Outdoor Living Collection. Have you ever dreamed of elevating or even creating an outdoor living space, whether it be for grilling, lounging, playing, entertaining, or just winding down? Our quality tile and stone, combined with our expert craftsmanship, will no doubt create unforgettable outdoor moments with family and friends, while also enhancing the beauty and value of your home. Call us today.
The Jacksonville Christian Thunder, who play in the Christian Football Association, had their first game of the season on Friday night as they took on Trinity out of Alabaster. The Thunder defeated Trinity 54-18 with Thunder quarterback Noah Lee passing for 190 yards and 5 touchdowns. He completed of 7 of 11 passes. Jesse Ganaway caught 4 passes for 124 yards and 4 touchdowns. The next game for the Thunder will be at Meadowview in Selma this Friday night. The Jack State Gamecocks are 12 days away from kicking off the 2023 season, and Saturday was the second and final scrimmage of the fall. This was the final time the coaching staff will see the team in a game-type situation before the season starts next Saturday. Rich Rod says the team has been getting better every day, but he still needs to see more from the younger guys to create some depth.
Still got a lot of young players that have to be in our 2 deep, and they've got to progress really well this week. That's going to be a big point of emphasis. We got to get these young guys that haven't played a lot or played at all ready to play in the first game.
The Gamecocks have spent the first part of fall camp focusing on themselves and getting better, but now with 12 days left before the first game, the coaches and team are now beginning prep for the UTEP Miners, who will be coming into Burgess Snow Field for the opener.
We'll start into UTEP game planning probably here in a couple days, and we've done some summer scouting report on them, but now we have a little better feel what our guys can do. We can go ahead and start game planning.
I'm excited about game prep. Fall camp's always grueling and practices are tough, and just the schedule, gets exhausting. But I'm really ready to start getting ready for game week, and just kind of knowing it's my last ride. Everything is going to be that much more important to me. Just all the details, just trying to make it the best I can my last year.
The Jack State defense is ready for the challenge of the season, and they're able to get better by going up against the fast-paced offense in practice every day. Former Westbrook Christian Warrior and now senior defensive lineman Jackson Luttrell says that getting in shape has been the most important part for the defense.
I like just getting in shape with our offense's tempo is just huge. I feel like as the last year kind of went, the first couple games were almost easy compared to practice, just from how fast we move and how high tempo everything is. Just getting in shape, learning the plays, learning the playbook. Coach Alley loves the playbook. Just learning the plays, everybody buying in. Got a lot of younger guys and transfers and freshmen all kind of coming in and stepping up for us, and I feel like they're going to be big to help us out this year.
We are 10 days away from the high school football season, and our football team preview tonight is the Munford Lions and Coach Michael Easley. The Lions look different offensively this season with Sylvester Smith graduating and is now on the roster at Auburn, so they've got some holes to fill.
Really, our system is the way we kind of designed it. Like we went out there today and we're running plays against Sardis. It's the same exact plays we were calling when Sylvester was a quarterback. So there's some things in our system that we might pull out and say this is not good for this quarterback this year, but we'll still kind of install it and rep it, especially early in the year, so it's always kind of in our toolbox. So that would be one where I would say to the naked eye, just from the stands, they might see some things different, but it's really stuff that we've been, the guys that'll be catching the shotgun snap this year, it's the same exact stuff that they've been practicing or running for a couple of years now. So on paper, schematically, there's not going to be a lot of difference at all. We kind of pride ourselves in being able to just plug in and then, pull something out of the toolbox that might fit better for that quarterback on this year.
The Lions are in a tough Class 4A Region 4 and were able to make the playoffs last season, finishing 4th in the region. They lost in the first round of the playoffs to American Christian 16-13, and Coach Easley talked about how their region play will help as they prepare for their playoff game.
It was big for us, not only our region but our non-region games, with especially right there in the middle with Cherokee County and Lincoln. We got in the playoffs and we go up against a region champ who had a good team, don't get me wrong, but we were up with about 1:45 left in the game. We almost pulled it off, and we were a little depleted with injuries, just to be honest with you. But it was something that that felt like another region game to us. It didn't feel like, oh man, we're playing somebody. They're a 1 seed, we're a 4 seed. It didn't feel like a 1-4 game. We just felt like that was another one of our region games, and it was not anything we hadn't seen, and that's what we walked away with.
The Lions will open up the season at home against Childersburg on August the 25th. That's it for sports. Let's send it back over to Mike and Katie.
Thank you for watching East Alabama Now Local News.
You can find us here online every weekday evening starting around 6:30 on either Facebook or YouTube. Just go to our video feed and watch the news whenever it's convenient for you.
We'll see you back here Tuesday for your news on your schedule.